My name is Shiloh Allen Harris, retired Staff Sergeant of the United States Army. I retired March 2010 and have proudly served the Army on 2 deployments to Iraq. February 19, 2007, on a fairly routine day, our patrol was out visiting with locals, and we got a call to investigate a possible IED. It was a very high-risk road. The road was so high risk that it was a road that we normally walk to look for disturbed dirt, wires, or anything out of the ordinary that would indicate that there was an IED or a threat in the area. But on that day, I lost 3 of my very good friends, and America lost 3 of their soldiers. My vehicle was struck by an IED. The IED was estimated at about 600 to 800 pounds of explosives buried on the roadside. We were in a Humvee. The vehicle was completely demolished, and it's a miracle that anybody survived. I survived with 3rd-degree full-thickness burns on 35% of my body, had 3 amputated fingers, a broken collarbone, and a laundry list of other injuries. But I am here today and very proud to have served my country.
What people need to understand is that post-war, regardless of the situation, the country by and large has a tendency to forget, and we're already forgetting our most recent veterans.
Thank you so much to Monica Fight in this month.
During the first Gulf War, my father, Don Dwyer Sr., an Army veteran, launched the VetFran program. It was designed to help veterans live the American dream that they fought to protect.
I joined the military because I wanted to improve my personal life. I saw a lot of heartache and I saw a lot of bad things, as a child. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, initially in basic training, and then went to airborne school directly after advanced infantry training, and I got recruited to come to the Old Guard, which is the 3rd U.S. Infantry at Fort Myer. While I was at Fort Myer, I was actually in a casket platoon, and I buried over 2,000 people. I learned responsibility, I learned respect, integrity.
One of the most important things that we do for VetFran is really to outreach to all those veteran groups.
Just listening to the presentation that Mary had was extremely appealing to potential entrepreneurs due to the fact that these franchises are a credible name in so many communities. It's a successful business just waiting for an owner.
I went into the Navy right out of high school. I was in the military 22 years. I didn't even know about the VetFran program when I was evaluating Mr. Electric, and they brought that to the table.
We think that veterans deserve more than an ovation when they return from the military. They deserve a vocation.
Franchising works well for veterans because it provides a set of rules, guidelines, systems to follow. That's what you do in the military. You're trained and you're disciplined enough to follow those rules and guidelines.
The systems are huge, but the people are top-line professionals that stay in touch with us. I have a business coach today. If I'm struggling or if I'm not understanding how to grow past another level, when to bring on a salesperson, etc., all those things help for me.
Veterans like to hire other veterans. They raised their hand, they signed up, and they committed to give a certain amount of time. When the tough gets going, they're not bailing on you to go do something else.
Mr. Reuter, the Dwyer Group has helped us tremendously to grow, and it's always a stretching and pulling you forward instead of pushing you backward.
It's their discipline, it's the fact they understand the need for a plan, they'll actually execute a plan, and they know how to adapt and overcome.
I'm still serving on the reserve status. After applying for the Win Home Inspection, Win for America program, I applied and received the gold package, so I received my franchise free of charge.
I'm Norm Miller.
Shiloh Harris.
Nice to meet you.
Joshua Barrett.
Nice to meet you.
Win Home Inspections.
Home Inspections?
Yes, sir.
And let's come on in and take it over to home.
Sounds great.
I've waited 13 years for an opportunity like this to do something with my dad, a father-son type thing. Just want to, build from this.
BowFly is an online lending marketplace. We connect franchise borrowers seeking financing with lenders from around the country. We matched up Shiloh with a small community bank that offered him a Patriot Express loan through the SBA program.
Oftentimes, veterans need a little additional equity to get started. Boost a Hero was created in order to use and leverage the power of crowdfunding to provide that equity so that veterans can get started as franchise business owners.
As part of this campaign, TD Bank, America's Most Convenient Bank, will be waiving bank fees for the veterans as well as lowering their borrowing costs. It'll create jobs and start careers, and that's good for America.
I want to be a good role model for my daughter so she can look up to her dad, so she can say, my dad is something. My dad is, a home inspector.
I'm Chris, this is my wife Karen. We have 4 kids. We spent 22 years in the military. This is our second store. Being a pilot has nothing to do with it, except from the discipline standpoint. The integrity aspect, the ethics aspect of being in the military, to lead you to that you don't take shortcuts. It also teaches you to think ahead of the game.
As a military spouse, my role was I supported him. But now as the business owner together, we have some strengths.
Together, the strengths of each of us complement each other.
Sport Clips has been involved with the VetFran program ever since we became involved with the IFA about 10 years ago. We feel like it's very important to give back and recognize the service that our veterans have given to our country. To date, we have been very successful in that program, and over 12% of our franchisees are veterans and are outstanding franchisees for us.
They were willing to take a bullet for the last employer. I don't know what kind of commitment that you're looking for an employee, but this shows a tremendous amount of commitment. We need to support our vets. We need to do what's necessary to make sure they are able to have a lifestyle that they've allowed us to have, to be able to have the freedom that we enjoy. They need to come home with dignity. I came home from Vietnam in the Vietnam era where people didn't respect what we did, and we came home with a little disgrace. Our soldiers are worth so much more than that today. We're a better country than that.
You're operating in a different paradigm. And it's not a quid pro quo, it's people working together to advance the business community and frankly humanity and pay respect for veterans. They're not looking at one another, together they're looking at the future. At the end of the day, you inherently care about people, other people, sacrificially, or you don't. And that's the point of difference they have.
What franchising offers veterans is another chance to lead, to offer products and services that people need, to create jobs and build the American dream. Veterans in our industry are still serving their country through franchising.
Our brand is committed to ensuring that U.S. veterans have an opportunity to succeed when they return to the civilian workforce, and VetFran is helping us to lead the way.
The SBA is so pleased to be partnering with the International Franchise Association to help our nation's veterans grow successful franchise businesses. The IFA has made it a priority to open the doors of franchise ownership to more veterans, and we are working together to help service members returning from Iraq and Afghanistan have the opportunities they need to pursue their dreams of business ownership. The reality is, veteran small business ownership is good for the economy, it's good for our communities, and it's good for our country. Thank you to the franchise industry for all your important work for veterans and small businesses.
I'm Steve Caldera, President and CEO of the International Franchise Association, and I'm thrilled to report that we are well on our way to achieving our goal within Operation Enduring Opportunity. Our brave young men and women fought for us all around the world, and now it's time for us to fight for them to bring them back into the civilian economy. Please visit VetFran.com to see how you can help, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.